In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to connect Airtable to Make and build a fully automated workflow, from authentication all the way through data mapping. Make, formerly known as Integromat, is one of the most powerful no-code automation platforms available right now, and pairing it with Airtable turns your database into a live engine that can trigger emails, Slack messages, AI completions, and hundreds of other actions the moment your data changes. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. The first thing you need to do is connect Airtable to Make, and this is simpler than it sounds. Open Make and either create a brand new scenario or open an existing one you want to build on. You'll see a large question mark icon in the center of the canvas. That's your first module slot. Click it, and a search panel opens. Type Airtable and select it from the list. Make will then ask you what action you want this module to perform. Common choices include search records, which lets you query your base for specific data, and create a record, which writes new rows. Choose whichever fits your use case. You can always swap it later. Now, inside that module's settings panel, look for the connection field. It will be empty with an add button beside it. Click Add. Make will ask you to choose a connection type. You can go with OAuth 2.0 or a personal access token. OAuth 2.0 walks you through a browser-based login flow, which is convenient, but for most automation work, a personal access token gives you more control and is easier to manage in the long run. To generate one, head to your Airtable account settings, navigate to the Developer Hub, and create a new token. Make sure you grant it the correct scopes. At minimum, read and write access to the bases you want to automate. Paste that token into Make, give the connection a recognizable name, and click Save. Make will verify the credentials and confirm the connection is live. Once that green checkmark appears, your Airtable base is officially wired into Make. Step 2 is where things get interesting, choosing how your workflow gets triggered. There are 3 main options, and picking the right one depends on how quickly you need your automation to respond. The first is Watch Records, which is Make's default polling trigger. It checks your Airtable view on a schedule, every few minutes depending on your plan, and fires whenever it detects new or updated records. This is the easiest option to set up and works well for tasks that don't need to happen instantly, like a nightly report or a daily sync. The downside is that small delay between the data changing and the automation running. If you need instant response, the second option is a custom webhook. You add a webhook module in Make, not an Airtable module, and Make gives you a unique URL. Then, inside Airtable, you create an automation with a trigger of your choice, say when a record enters a specific view, and you add a run a script action. That script uses the built-in fetch function to send a post request containing your record's data to that Make webhook URL. The moment that Airtable automation fires, Make wakes up immediately. This approach takes a few extra minutes to configure, but the near-instant response is worth it for time-sensitive workflows like customer notifications or live inventory updates. The third option is a button-click trigger, which is excellent when you want a human to manually launch a workflow for a specific record. In your Airtable base, add a button field to your table. Set the label to something descriptive like Send Report or Trigger Workflow. In the buttons formula, you construct a URL that points to your Make webhook and includes the current record's ID using the record_ID function. When someone clicks that button in Airtable, the browser hits that URL, and Make kicks off your scenario immediately with that specific record's data. It's a clean, intentional way to give your team control over exactly when automation runs. Step 3 is adding your actions and mapping the data that flows from Airtable into the rest of your workflow. After your trigger module, click the plus icon on the right side of the canvas to add the next module. This is where Make becomes genuinely powerful. You can chain in Gmail to send a formatted email, Slack to post a message to a channel, OpenAI to generate text based on a record's content, Google Sheets, Notion, virtually anything. Click whichever module you need and open its settings. You'll notice that the fields inside are empty, but Make's data mapper is standing by. Click into any field and you'll see a small panel appear showing all the data bundles that came from your Airtable trigger. Things like the record ID, field names like name or status or email, timestamps, and more. Click the piece of data you want and Make drops it right into that field as a dynamic reference. So for example, if you're sending an email, you'd map the email field from Airtable into the recipient address and the name field into the subject line. Every time the scenario runs, Make pulls the live values from that specific Airtable record and fills them in automatically. One thing to watch out for here, if your Airtable field names have changed recently, Make won't always notice right away. If a mapping looks broken or returns empty data, open the Airtable module and run it once manually to refresh the available fields. That usually resolves it immediately. And that's it. You've connected Airtable to Make, chosen the right trigger for your needs, and built a mapped multi-step automation that runs on real data. What you've built today is the backbone of any Airtable automation. And from here, you can layer in filters, error handlers, routers, and as many modules as your workflow demands. Save this video and come back to it whenever you're setting up a new scenario. See you in the next one.